New England Candlepins is made possible through the generous support of the U.S. Candlepin Bowling Association. Learn more at uscandlepin.com. By Fico's Family Bowladrome in Franklin, Massachusetts. Visit ficosbowl.com. By your community's public access channel. And by your Franklin friends and neighbors. Good folks just like you. Thanks for supporting Franklin TV. And thanks for watching.
From Fico's Bowladrome in Franklin, Massachusetts, it's New England Candlepins Spring Tournament 2014. In our fourth elimination show, Reading's Peter Iannuzo rolls against Andrew Wasnewsky of Bellingham. Then in Game 2, Lou Alberghini returns to roll against Franklin's own Matt Rich. Now let's roll with your host, Jay Horrigan.
We're back with another great season of New England Candlepins from Fico's Family Bowladrome in Franklin, Massachusetts. I'm Jay Horrigan, and we're here with our first two bowlers in our match today, Andrew Wasnewsky and Peter Iannuzo. I pronounced both names. You got it. And did I mess them up? No. Well, give me time. It's still early. Peter, we'll talk to you first since this is your first time with us. Where are you from, Peter?
Reading, Massachusetts.
Okay, and what brought you to this? How'd you find out about our competition?
I actually caught one of the tapings on YouTube, believe it or not. So
that's embarrassing.
Well,
I wasn't in it, I hope.
Oh yeah.
That's even more.
Good job.
I don't believe that. But what place do you normally bowl at?
Woburn Bowladrome.
Okay, great. And you've been warming up in the lanes?
Yep.
How do you
ready as I'm ever gonna be.
How do you find it here?
Fair.
Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever bowled against Andrew?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you met him yet?
No, I haven't.
Andrew, like you to meet Peter. Peter, Andrew, why don't you shake hands? Okay. Good meeting each other. And okay, now Andrew, you've been with us. You were here our first time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you bowl out of here normally?
Yes, this is my home place.
Okay. And how have you been bowling recently?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. And how do you think you're ready for today after you warmed up and everything?
Yeah, ready as I'll ever be.
Well, that's good. That's all we can ask for. So we'll be back with our match right after this.
What is community without community support? Without community access? Without communication that creates a common bond? You can make community by making community TV. Contact your public access community TV center. Learn how you can help, because you can. Volunteer today. When you support your community TV, you also support your community.
Welcome back to New England Candlepins. I'm Jay Horrigan, and I'm with today Dave Chestercove and Richie Myrick. Guys, thanks for joining me today. We're getting ready to watch our first match of the day between Andrew Wasnewsky and Peter Iannuzo. Andrew, you'll be up first on lane 15.
Andrew Wasnewsky bowls here out of Fico's. Averages a 115. Starts off with a hammer right out of the gate.
Oh, you aren't kidding, Dave. That was a serious strike right there.
Absolutely. Perfect start. Andrew Wasnewsky has a high single of 188 and a high triple of 437. Little off the head pin, gets a great mix. Might get the double. Oh! Just leaves the 8. A lot of lumber out there.
Yeah, there's wood everywhere. None of it looks particularly good.
No.
This is
Spray and spray.
This is Andrew's second appearance on our show.
If it was me, I think I'd just go right at it. Hit as many pieces of wood as I can. Oh, he got it! Ball from the heavens takes it down. Fantastic start for Andrew.
Peter Iannuzo up on lane 15.
Yeah, Peter bowls out of Woburn, Mass. I've had the pleasure actually of bowling Peter on TV out of Woburn on the old $30,000 Candlepin Challenge show years ago. Peter's 100 and well, his average isn't listed here, but I'd wager to guess that he's 120 average. I've seen him bowl many times, and his qualifying score to get into today's program was a 380. I remember Dave a few years back over at the Mixed Worlds in Wyndham at Park Place. Peter had a 200 game.
That's right, I do remember that.
It was a 203 if I'm not mistaken.
Peter opens up with a spare of his own to Andrew's strike. Wait, are these two bowlers ready to go or what?
3 frames, 3 marks.
Iannuzo a little tight on the middle on that one. He leaves the 4, 7, and 10 with 3 pieces of wood. The middle piece looking to come up and touch on the right. Might give him a shot here. He goes high and he gets nothing.
Yeah, I expected you can at least get one there.
Good start. Good start for Iannuzo, 26 for 2. Generally, you like to take 1 out of 2 marks. It's a good rule of thumb.
Indeed, especially in a single string match. All right, we got Andrew Wasnewsky. He's working on a spare. Knew it when he let it go.
Well, he kept it on the lane anyway, DC.
Yeah.
It's a tough one, Phil, but maintains a 5-pin lead after 2 full.
Yeah.
These single string matches have got to be so tough.
Oh, they are. You know, there's almost no room for error sometimes.
If you have even 1 bad box, sometimes it's enough to bury you. Because
Right.
that's 10% of your string, just right there. Just one box, 1 mistake, your opponent can jump all over.
That's right. See if he can settle himself here and get a good out.
Well, one way to get a 7, as Wasnewsky shows us there.
All right, let's see if he can bounce back here. Put that behind him mentally. What a great ball. Honestly, leaves a terrible lead, a terrible break. Leaves the 6-7. Piece of wood by the 7-pin. Curious to see
That
how
might be
he'll
the play there,
play
Dave.
this. He could. The 7-pin just on the left side, I think. But he's going after the 6. Missed it. Grabs the 9 box.
So through 4 frames, Andrew Wasnewsky has 47. And Peter Iannuzo coming up in the 3rd frame.
Iannuzo again on the head pin. Leaves the 4, 7, 9. Boy, Dave, you bowled a lot of strings here, as I've alluded to on our program a couple of weeks ago, maybe even 10 million. It seems to be a lot of weird wood every once in a while in this place.
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of weird wood in this place, Dave, every once in a
Oh, yes,
while.
absolutely. The wood here just, it behaves a little funny compared to other houses. The plate itself is not necessarily as lube or as dry as some of the others. It's fairly even. So, I mean, but it can be different from lane to lane.
Iannuzo got his 10 on that 3rd box there. Boy, on the head pin again, and he's as full as they get right now.
So through 4 frames, Andrew Wasnewsky with a 5-pin lead, 47-42 over Peter Iannuzo. Iannuzo.
Curious to see how Wasnewsky here responds after those tough 2 boxes.
I was just thinking the same thing, Dave. After a couple opens by Iannuzo, you really want to jump on it right here, and that's a really good ball right on time from Wasnewsky.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's a great comeback pitch. It's as if he forgot all about it. That's what you got to do in this game. At least just a 5-pin all by itself. Just a little left.
Dave, is that just the ball getting away or a lack of concentration?
It can get away. I mean, this game's so finite. All it takes is just a little extra turn of your wrist just before delivery, and that ball is going to just rotate and take off on you. I've done it a few times during my matches up there, and I'm sure Richie's done it too.
Oh yeah.
This game is the ultimate test of precision and skill.
Yeah.
Andrew punches out to half Worcester, right? Tough lead. Now, Richie, it's my understanding that you run the Western New England Pro Tour.
That's true, Dave. I've been running this my first season, actually taking over the reins of just doing the day-to-day stuff for the Western New England Pro Tour. We're no longer associated with the Western New England Candlepin Association. Ralph Sem and Eric Sem used to run it along with Joan Yamokowski, the owner of Canal Lanes.
Right.
And Joan and the Sems were nice enough to let me take over the reins, and we're treading water this season. Our numbers have been pretty consistently low, unfortunately, but we're having one more event up in Shelburne Falls on April 13th, which I believe is going to be after the air date for this program today. But next year we will be coming back full force, and I'll be happy to run it again, and I'll be posting on the available forums, the VOI forum, and wherever also available on your website, hopefully.
Yeah, I was just about to say you're more than welcome to use our website for your entire tour if you wish. And if you want, we can talk later, and we can hopefully work something out between us for next season.
Sure, and our tour, generally speaking, is throughout Western Mass. And next year we would hopefully, I'd even like to have an event up at North Star Bowl, which during Hurricane Irene, as you may recall, was under 4 feet of water.
That's right.
So
it's good to see that house come back.
Absolutely, they came back with 6 lanes, and we'd really like to go back up there if we could.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We like to support those houses that keep this game going.
Absolutely.
All right, Peter struggled through that box, got an 8 box. Getting back to business down here. What do we got, Jay, for the score?
Through 5 frames, Andrew Wasnewsky has a 6-pin lead, 56-50.
Peter again tight on that head pin. Boy, he is really ripping through the middle.
Just by the 2-pin there. Leaves the 2, 7, 5, and 10. Said that a little out of order, but that's all right. Ooh, leaves a 6 box. Man, after a flurry of a start, seems like everybody's just cooled off all of a sudden.
Seems like the tension that you get at the beginning of these matches has moved to the middle of this.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't at the beginning.
Yeah. What I can see is right. Is it a 10-pin lead for Andrew?
Yep.
10-pin lead for Andrew going the last 4 boxes. Andrew on the head pin again, a little full. Leaves the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Ooh, almost had it.
As you can see, Dave has been studying his pin positions.
Yeah, I've been around for a little while. I can just rattle them off.
And I have not.
Good 8.
That's why I will not say a pin position except the 1 pin, the 7 or the 10, maybe.
All right, Andrew looking for the all-important mark in the 8th box to set yourself up.
Well, you gotta love when that 8-pin carries on that ball, Dave. It's so hard to carry the 8 or the 9 when it's on the other side. Like
Yeah, you're
that.
exactly right. That, you just missed that head pin, you get a good break.
Outside, he's got it.
Fair.
What a great shot. That's huge for Andrew. 10-pin lead with a mark going into the final 2 boxes. It's going to really force Peter to get a mark here at least. Probably going to look to get 2. Peter is opposite an 8 box in this frame. Got a chance to gain a little back.
What do you know? He's on the head pin once again. This time he's got a favorable lead to 6-10.
He's Got that piece of wood that just rolled out in front. It's going to make it visually tricky. But I still think if he hits it,
It's a good way to
where
put
he
it,
needs
Dave.
to,
That
it'll
wood,
go.
that wood is just more of a
Yeah.
aesthetically, it isn't very pleasing.
Yeah,
You just go
exactly.
right at it anyways. Oh, my
and he just got
goodness.
hosed.
He cherries it anyhow.
Oh, man.
Is that a tougher shot for a lefty coming across the lane?
Yeah, I would think, like I said, visually it's tougher for a lefty because it comes from that side.
Yeah.
I think for a right-handed bowler, it's just more of a straight, just
Yeah.
go right at it, drive it straight back. I know if that same lead was on the left side for me, I'd be,
Right.
I wouldn't like it visually, but I'd. Well, Peter did gain 2 on the frame.
Has he missed the head pin yet? Is he 8 out of 8 on the head pin? I don't remember him missing it yet.
I think Peter only missed head pin once so far, I think. He's got the 7, 8, and 10. A couple of pieces of wood out there. Curious to see how he'll play this. He's going after the 10.
Left tip.
Oh,
He sends
wow.
everything over.
Are you kidding me?
Nothing carries the 7 or 8. He's going to be looking to pick both
That
of
wood
these up
spins
here.
over the wood by the friggin' 8 pin and then spins right over it on the way back. Some really tough breaks for Peters right now.
So this is a really crucial ball here for Wasnewski. He's up 9 plus this fill right now. Really put the pressure on Iannuzo with a big fill here.
That's right. Throws a great ball. Only gets 5 off the head pin.
It's
Leaving a pretty-
amazing just the breaks. The
Yeah.
little
It's very finite, this game.
Sherry's out the 3. This is going to be tough. He needs his 8 box here.
Yeah, he's got it. The all important pinning. You don't want to leave anything there. But on this particular shot, you'd be really happy with an 8 box. All right, only gets 7.
So Andrew Wasnewski is about to start his 10th frame with 96 pins.
That is an absolute bomb.
What a bomb.
Sandwich game right there. Starts with a strike, finishes with a strike.
That's right, bookends. Didn't even register. That's how fast it went down. Looking for the double.
He's right in there, Dave.
Absolutely. Looking for the big 10 fill here.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's going to force Peter to throw double mark.
Yeah,
he gets it.
So Andrew will finish with a 116.
Looks like I'm a laser problem 116. So that didn't register anything.
If my math is correct.
Yep, that's a 116 for Wasnewski, and that is actually going to force Iannuzo to double
Yeah, you're
at
right.
some point.
You're right.
He needs 41 to tie. He only has 2 boxes left. He's going to need a spare and 2 strikes or 2 strikes.
Peter's been on the head pin all day. Maybe he'll finally catch a break. Leaves the Caleri.
He leaves the Caleri, yes. In some circles, this is known as the Caleri, the 4 horsemen plus the back pin.
Indeed.
And Peter was off it, and that is going to do it.
Oh,
And he makes the
up.
Caleri for the 10. But you are right. A triple will not
A triple would not
give
put
him
one
the
pin
victory.
short.
So
That's
Andrew
right.
Wasnewski will move on.
Those 2 strikes proving enormous in this game.
Flurry of a start. He had 2 strikes and he had 2 10 fills in him. Peter looking to clean up his match here. But, hopefully trying to make a great shot. Oh, still got a chance to make a great 10.
I'll tell you what, the score's not gonna represent how well Peter Iannuzo bowled today. No question about it.
Absolutely. Sometimes this game is like that, folks. You can roll a great ball and just not the score may not reflect just how well you're bowling.
That's right. It's amazing just, especially the way the pins bounce or don't bounce off the wall or off other pins. It's, one bowler will get them and the other one just won't. And they could bowl the same
Yeah.
And it's just the way they do it. And you guys see it all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Sometimes
okay, so that'll be our first match is completed after in today's show. So after our first match, Andrew Wasnewsky is the winner, 116-91 over Peter Iannuzo. And we'll be back in a moment to talk to the bowlers. Welcome back to New England Candlepins. We just watched the match between Andrew Wasnewsky and Peter Iannuzo. Peter, you gave it a good effort. Just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, a little bit more than a little, but, you know,
Well,
came out here to try, do what I could.
yeah, it looked like Andrew maybe got a little benefit, this being his home court.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Leave it at that.
Andrew bowled very well. Well, we hope to see you back again here next time. Hopefully you'll come back and attempt to qualify for our next championship.
Absolutely, I'll be back.
Awesome.
Thanks, Dad.
Awesome. Andrew, you started off with the strike and you ended with the strike in the 10th frame. You ended up with a 116. Great job.
Thank you. I just went out and I did my best, and that's all I could ask for.
Well, you'll be bowling against the winner of our next match to see who moves on to our Elite Eight. So we're looking forward to that. You did a great job. So we'll have our next match coming up in just a moment, and we'll be back after this. And we're back on New England Candlepins here at Fico Bowlerdrome in Franklin, Massachusetts. We're with our bowlers for our second match of today's show. And first, Lou Alberghini, starting with you. You were the more difficult name. Lou, you've been with us before. And is this the normal place you bowl out of?
No, it isn't. I bowl out of Hanson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, last time I heard you talking a little bit before with Matt. How'd you do the last time we were here? Sorry to bring it up.
I actually didn't do that well last time. I hit a good score, but I didn't quite pull it off. I lost by about 7 pins.
Okay. I'm sorry to bring it up, but you
Yeah,
did.
that's all
You
right.
did.
That's
So I
all
thought
right.
we'd talk about it. How you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. Yeah, ready to go, see what happens.
How'd your warm up go?
I warmed up well. So if it goes like that, things will go well.
Very good. Very good. And you're going to be up against Matt Rich. Matt's been with us before, so welcome back, Matt.
Thank you, Jay.
And where do you normally bowl out of, Matt?
Here out of Ficos.
Okay, that's what I thought. How'd your warm up go?
Okay, always could be better.
And how did you do your previous time you were with us?
That's a bad story, too. No, I didn't do so well, and I went up against a 140 game, so I got smoked.
That's too bad. I'm glad I brought it up to both our bowlers today. I'm always the one who likes to bring up the joyous stuff, make everybody feel more comfortable. So both bowlers will have a chance to redeem themselves from the previous appearance here on New England Candlepins, and we'll be back with their match right after this. And we're back on New England Candlepins with the match against Matt Rich against Lou Alberghini. And Lou Alberghini is going to be up first on lane 16.
Lou bowls out of the Hanson Bowlerdrome. His high single is a 214. That is not a typo. A 214. His high triple is a 519. And this year he's averaging a 115, which is a little bit below Lou's normal standards. But if you've tuned into the old-time TV shows, not too old though, but if you've tuned in before, you might be familiar with Lou. He's made an appearance on every show that I can think of, Dave.
Yeah, I agree.
He's been on our show before.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was on our last
That's right.
edition of New England Candlepins. Lou makes his own bowling shoes, his own shirts. He actually, the previous show, Jason Doucette, he made Jason's shoes.
That is correct.
And Jason's shirt, I believe, as well.
And I believe he has a bowling alley in his basement, too?
Yes.
That is true. He has at least one bowling lane that I'm aware of. I'm not quite sure if it's...
I shouldn't say an alley, but...
I'm not quite sure if it's full size or down to scale.
Makeshift to scale bowling lane?
Yeah,
Boy,
I know.
where do I sign up?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we'll have to ask him about that. All right, Lou opened up with a 19 for 2. Pretty decent start. He's bowling Matt Rich. Bowls here out of Fico's, actually. Averages 111. And he's on the head pin the first ball. Common leave here, the 3, 6, and 7. Piece of wood that might be able to help him. He's going for it. Ooh, just by the 3.
Matt also appeared on New England Candlepins before.
Boy, where have I been, Jay?
I'm not sure.
Been on Western Mass.
We've actually all been asking ourselves that since the moment I met you.
Matt Rich actually has a high single of 167 and a high triple of 416. Looking to get a good second box here. Try to gain a lead on, or an edge on Blue.
Oh, it's a good mixing ball to take the 2 corners there. He leaves the 4 horsemen with the 8 pin.
Indeed.
Much easier shot than if he leaves the 6 and the 10 up there.
Well, don't want to let it go. Just wide left leaves the 1, 2, 8 for the 10 bucks. Unfortunately, just chops the 2 for an 8.
Yeah, it's a pair of 8s, but really no harm done as he's only down 3 through 2 completed frames.
Lou wasting no time.
As he rarely does.
No, just wide to the right, off the on the head pin. And leaves the head pin for the 9 box. If I recall, it seems that Lou has shortened his approach from years past. I might be incorrect, but I do remember bowling him on the 30,000 challenge. I'm pretty sure he had just a longer approach. Not quite sure if that's from age or a self-adjustment that he wanted to do.
There you go.
Drills that 4 horseman
right there
down.
for Lou Alberghini. Yeah, Dave, you're right. It looks like he has shortened his approach a little bit that I can remember. But boy, he still throws the ball pretty hard.
He still does, yeah, exactly.
Those pins fly around when he makes contact.
Nice ball there from Matt Rich. He leaves the 2-4-7.
Just by the 2 pin.
Matt's still looking for his first mark.
All right, Matt is opposite of spare here, so he's going to have to start going.
Yeah, now would be a good time to sit on one here.
Seems to be squeezing the ball. As you can see how his wrist overturns right to left, especially on that first ball. Example why he's missing left. But he's still in the match. Let's see if he can clean this up.
Yeah, 9 or a 10 goes a long way for the psyche here, Dave. Right on the head pin and get yourself ready for the next 2 boxes.
That's exactly right. Ball seemed a lot smoother there.
Well, he got his 9, not the way that we talked about, but hey, that's a nice 9.
Indeed.
When you pick it up that way, the hard way, does that feel good? Does it feel bad?
You're happy with the result, but you're not necessarily pleased with how you got there. Because again, you've missed the head pin now 3 consecutive times when you think about it that way. But you are happy with the 9. Oh, and that's a great shot from Alberghini.
Good shot by Lou. Had that big 7 fill in the first pair, and he gets another one.
Get that shot perfect. Right inside of the head pin. Push the 2 pieces of wood into the 9-10. No question about it.
Almost lost his footing there, but he still threw a great ball. Leaves just a 5 pin.
Well, Dave, that's what happens when you throw the ball 1,000 miles an hour.
Indeed. I've almost fallen down a few times.
Almost. I think we might have footage of that if we look deep enough in the archives. I'm sure I could find some.
Yeah, that is true. Almost every pro tournament, I seem to fall down somewhere. Well, unfortunately, missed it twice. Leaves the 9 box.
So through 6 frames, Lou is at 73 with the 2 marks. Matt Rich looking for his first mark.
Oh, what a time for
what
that.
A big time ball there.
What a time for that. That is a no-doubter in the 5th.
A strike in the 5th from Matt.
Exactly what you want. Like you want to get that mark. You're down 2 already. Let's see if he can roll another good ball here. Get on a strike.
Oh, he's
all
on
over
it
the pocket.
again.
Dropped 7 on the first ball. Still got another one. Tricky piece of wood behind the 3 pin though.
That's right, Dave. The traditional way to make the shot on the inside of the 3-6 might not carry this one.
Yeah, you might need to hit the 3 pin full, I think. Missed it altogether.
Well, he'll take the 18 box. 8 on the fill. And a nice smooth ball on the 10.
Leaves Matt only 11 pins behind.
With a little shaky first ball there. Punches out just 1.
Oh, what a recovery pitch, though. That's
Great
a nice ball right there. And wait for it.
Might go.
Hit it. Ooh.
Oh.
Sets up nicely for the 10 here.
Shouldn't be a problem.
And he
There
covers
goes.
it. No problem for him there.
It's a good recovery after you throw a mystery first ball like that. Just wide to the right.
Leaving the 4 horsemen left. Piece of wood just in between the 4 and the 7.
Definitely always helps carry the 7.
Sounded like he bounced his ball there.
Yeah, it sounded like he knew it when he let it go.
Yep. Oof.
Well, he worked it out for a 9 box.
And just 9. And he's left the door open here for Matt Rich. Chasing 11 pins through the 6 completed. Lou goes for 19 there. A couple of marks.
Just missing the head pin left. Leaving a cluster of the 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Right on the pocket.
Oh, everything but the 8 pin. He hit it nicely.
Just a 9. All important last for the 8th box. Yeah, you love to get a mark as always. As I've said time and time again.
You see Alberghini over there. He's up 12. He left the 9 box up there hanging, but I got to say, that's some awesome sportsmanship. trying to get Matt going. Give him a nice little round of applause, get him going a little bit.
You know, you see
Indeed.
that. I've seen that in all the shows we've done. Even the bowler that isn't bowling is always encouraging the guy that's up there bowling.
And that's the name of the game. And that's something for you kids out there watching, that you should always be respectful for your opponents and always shake hands and always be a good teammate and an even better opponent if you can.
Oh.
Another tough break for Matt Rich. His second ball was right in there.
Indeed. Surprised that 3-pin didn't go. Gotta work it out for the 10, though. Oh. Those sticks could come back to hurt him.
That's right. 2 very important pins up there you left, Dave.
Pinning is everything in this game. It really is. You score a lot better by cleaning things up.
That's why they give you 3 balls.
Indeed.
Alberghini looking to make it hurt. Leaves 9.
Shouldn't be a problem. Wow. I guess it was a problem.
The only spot he
I
couldn't
lied.
go.
If I had a challenge flag, I'd throw it and get a video replay.
Lou at 101 going into his 10th frame. Picks up 7 pins there.
Fortunately, he leaves Hill's great ball in the pocket. Leaves he's a very unlucky break here with the 6, 7, 10. Piece of wood way out by the 7 pin.
He's piece of wood in front of the 7, but it doesn't really do much here, David. Unless you send a pin over there, it might give you a little extra.
Yeah, it gives you
little
just
extra room,
it
but-
does give you a little extra room to knock the 7 over. I
Goes
made a
for the
great
2.
effort at it.
It was a good effort.
10 it up here. 10.
So Lou ends up with a 111.
And that 2 is an important pin because that's going to force Matt to mark now twice.
Indeed. Now, the United States Candlepin Bowling Association is a proud sponsor of New England Candlepins. Come visit our website at uscandlepin.com for more information about anything Candlepin. Matt with a perfect ball right on in the pocket. Another one of those leaves just inverted the other way. But for Matt, he does have that piece of wood out in the middle. Curious to see if he's going to use that left edge.
Oh, he's got it.
He's got it.
What a
He
shot by
used
Matt
it
Rich.
exactly the way you needed to. Sent that middle piece of wood right towards that 10 pin.
You could shoot that shot another 20 times and not place that ball there again. That's a great shot out of Matt Rich. That's going to need another mark now. That's not enough, though. He's going to need another spare or a strike to really seal it up here.
That's a fantastic ball right into the pocket.
Drops 9. He gets that 9 pin to fall.
From our angle, I don't know if that wood's going to be. It looks okay if you wanted to play, but I also think it's.
Looks like he can get by
Don't
it.
know if he can see the pin clean or not.
Oh, he caps it. He carries
wow.
it. He carries it.
Wow.
Wow. So many times, folks, you hit that cap on that shot, and you just don't get it.
2 pins for a tie, 3 for a win.
Yeah, even Matt knows that he got a big break there.
Oh, he's got to
Usually that
focus
doesn't
back
happen.
in here. If he has a half Worcester here, we have a tie ball game.
Got to stay smooth. Look smooth.
Oh, he is too. No, just
wow.
enough. Don't hurt him, Matt.
Are you
That's
kidding
enough to
me
do
or
it.
what?
And that's a 1-pin match, folks. 112 to 111. Matt Rich takes out the 1-2-6 to win by 1.
Wow. That is crazy.
Well, Matt Rich there, knowing he needed 3 pins, but also knowing this is TV, knocked down 2 pins, let the 3rd pin stand a little, waver,
Little drama.
kind of go down, stand up, and then fall for the victory. So Matt Rich pulls it out, 112-111. And we'll be back to talk to our bowlers in just a moment. Welcome back to New England Candlepins. And we just saw a tremendous match between Matt Rich and Lou Alberghini. Lou, first thing I have to ask you, I noticed you pretty much the entire match after the first frame or two, stretching, squatting. What happened?
Well, I had trouble with a groin muscle earlier in the past few weeks, and when it goes out, you just can't bend. You just got to use your arms so you don't have your legs up there. But you know what? It's part of the game, and you know, and you know what? If I lost to somebody, Matt's a good guy. So I mean, he earned it down at the end. He did what he had to, and I'm just thankful I don't have to bowl another match. I can go relax now.
well, that's good. I don't know how thankful you are, but you're a little thankful.
Well, I'm thankful. It would have made it worse, so it's okay.
Okay, and you know what? Last time you said you lost 127, 120. This time it was 112, 111.
Yeah.
Getting
closer.
He had
Third time.
He had a great shot to pick up that spare. Yeah, so you lost on a great shot.
Yeah, right. And I hope the guy that I lost to goes all the way and wins the whole thing.
Well, that's how everybody. Well, great job, job, and I hope you feel better.
Thank you,
Matt. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a great match, great shot.
Yeah.
Picking up that spare. What were you thinking?
I was just thinking of hitting the pin, but no, I got lucky. You know, I hit the cap and it still went for me, so I'll take it.
Well, that's what Richie and Dave were both saying. They thought it was a tremendous shot. Then I've got to thank you on that last shot for TV. That was a perfect TV shot. You knocked down the 2 pins with the tie, and you made that third pin just waver, just long enough for that dramatic pause for TV.
Well, I wasn't trying to be that dramatic. I hit the pocket, so I was expecting more off the bat, but I'm glad it was just enough.
I could tell by your reaction that you were like, my God, what was going to happen? So, well, it was great. You ended up winning, so you're going to come back in our next match, in our next Elite 8 match, where you will end up going against Andrew Wasnewsky for a chance to advance to our Final Four and championship show. So that will be in a couple of weeks, and we hope that you all will join us in a couple of weeks for that Elite 8 show. For Jay Horrigan and the rest of the crew, I appreciate you folks watching New England Candlepins, and thanks and take care.
New England Candlepins is made possible through the generous support of the U.S. Candlepin Bowling Association. Learn more at uscandlepin.com. By Fico's Family Bowladrome in Franklin, Massachusetts. Visit ficosbowl.com. By your community's public access channel. And by your Franklin friends and neighbors. Good folks just like you. Thanks for supporting Franklin TV. And thanks for watching.